Hi, you all. It's your girl Tiffany, Malicious Black Beauty, your poetic psychic Pisces, High Priestess, aka Diamonds. I am here tonight for another one of my missing mysteries. I do hope everyone is doing well and feeling well on tonight. Tonight's missing mystery is going to be about Dawnita Wilkerson. She's from Evansville, Indiana. And I believe she was around 44 at the time of her death. So we're going to be getting into this missing mystery for her. This lady has been missing since June 21st of 2020. So we're going to be getting right into that, y'all. I'm going to light this sage and clear out the energy so we can have clear and accurate messages and everything. And we're just going to jump right into it. I did do a spirit reading for her, as well as I laid a tarot spread for her. I pulled some extra messages from the Most High, from my divine ancestors and everything. And we're going to get some messages from the guardian angels, from the archangels, and as well, and just see what other messages come up for her. Okay. I thank all of you for being here, for listening, for watching, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Okay, guys. So we are going to get into it, okay? So like I said, tonight's missing mystery is going to be about Dawnita Wilkerson. As you can see, this is images of her in the back here. Both images on the end, and it shows her checking into a hotel. The one on the end shows her leaving the hotel. The vehicle that you see on the two images in the middle, that's the vehicle that came to pick her up. And then in the other one, it's the same vehicle, but you see the guy outside the vehicle as she's getting in the car, okay? So we're going to get into what all of that entails, what that means. But this is basically the last time that she was seen leaving this hotel. That's the vehicle she left in. That's who she left with. So they are aware of where she was last at, which was this motel. And the vehicle that she got in as she left and things like that. But they have yet to find Dawnita. Okay, so I've done a spirit reading for her, and we're going to get into that without any further ado. Okay, so like I said, her name is Dawnita Wilkerson. The date missing was June 21st, 2020. She is from Evansville, Indiana. Her date of birth is March 14th, 1976. Her place of birth is Evansville, Indiana. She has black hair, brown eyes. She was about 5'3" tall. She weighed about 145 pounds. She is female. Her race is black. And as far as scars and marks on the body, Dawnita Wilkerson has multiple tattoos, including a heart on her lower back. She has praying hands with the name Timmy on her upper right shoulder and a cross on her upper left shoulder. Now the situation details are as follows. Dawnita Wilkerson was last seen on June 21st, 2020 at 8:16 p.m. at a local Evansville, Indiana motel, getting into a silver pewter colored 2004 Chevy Suburban. Dawnita's phone was shut off by the next morning. At that time, family reported her missing when she didn't call her mother or her daughters, which she normally and usually did, pretty much like clockwork. They, converse with each other all the time. But Dawnita has several medical conditions that require medication that she is without right now or ever since she has been missing, okay? So that is like literally all of the information pertaining to her, before she went missing and everything. There's a lot of things to this situation, okay? Um, so I'm just going to get right into the spirit reading for her. It is rather sad that a fellow or, Piscean of mine would have had to go through such a thing. So I am going to get into the spirit reading for you all. I started off while asking my spirit guides, is Dawnita Wilkerson still alive? My spirit guides tell me no. Unfortunately, she is no longer with her. With us, excuse me. I do send my condolences to the family, to her friends whom have been searching, wondering, looking for her. But Dawnita Wilkerson is no longer alive, okay? I asked my spirit guides, has Dawnita been hurt or harmed in any way? My spirit guides tell me yes. I asked my spirit guides, did the person Dawnita got in the vehicle with do something to her? My spirit guides tell me yes. I asked my spirit guides, is Dawnita Wilkerson still in Evansville, Indiana? My spirit guides tell me yes. I asked my spirit guides, did Dawnita fall ill due to medical conditions? My spirit guides tell me that she did have some type of complications. It was not clear what type of medical conditions she had, but my spirit guides are telling me that at some point during the situation that took place, because there were several other things that went on that day, that her whatever medical condition she had, were causing her some type of sickness, illness, discomfort, or something, okay? I asked my spirit guides, was Dawnita homeless? Is that why she was in a motel or staying in a motel or kind of staying from motel to motel? My spirit guides tell me yes. Pretty much basically Dawnita was homeless. I asked my spirit guides, was Dawnita doing any drugs as far as street drugs? We know she took medications as far as the medical conditions she had, but my spirit guides tell me that yes, she did actively partake in the use of illegal drugs, okay? I asked my spirit guides, was Dawnita attacked on the day that she went missing? It's a yes and a no. She was not attacked while at that hotel. She was not attacked, I guess you can say immediately after she left that hotel, but at some point in time, we're going to get into what actually happened, what went on, okay? I asked my spirit guides, has Dawnita been murdered slash killed? Well, I've already told you that she is no longer alive. So I really wanted to know, was she, did she die due to her medical conditions? And she didn't get to the hospital or something in time, or did she die because of someone else? My spirit guides tell me clearly she was murdered slash killed. However you would like to see it, her life was taken from her. My spirit guides also let me know that Dawnita is a prostitute. This is what she did to make money. My spirit guides also tell me that the person Dawnita got in the vehicle with was her pimp. Now, this pimp is also, my spirit guides tell me that this pimp is also her boyfriend. First and foremost, this pimp is her boyfriend. At some point in time in their relationship, this guy was, I'm not sure if Dawnita, excuse me, y'all, hold on just a minute. I'm not sure if Dawnita was used to that lifestyle before they met, but at some point in time he had no problem with convincing her to take part in that lifestyle to make money once they got together. So he was actually her boyfriend, but he was also pimping her out. Whether or not she was in agreement with that or okay with that, I'm not really sure of. I would have to do a more in-depth reading to give you that answer. But my spirit guides specifically tell me that this guy was her boyfriend, but he also pimped her out. Okay, I also know that this guy was very controlling and abusive to her. So, you know, it could have been like he was, you know, forcing her to do this. Because, like I said, I would have to do a more in depth reading to know if this was part of her lifestyle before they met, or did they hook up? He became her boyfriend and then forced her to start, you know, turning tricks and things or whatever. But this is what my spirit guides are specifically telling me pertaining to this situation. Okay, my spirit guides tell me also that Dawnita Wilkerson was killed by her pimp. However, this was not, he did not do this alone, but he did partake in killing Dawnita, okay? My spirit guides also tell me that that Dawnita was killed during a fight with her boyfriend slash pimp, okay? And it was because she didn't want to service a certain client that had paid him, that he had set her up with. She was adamant about that she did not want to be with that certain client. An argument ensued. He was all very, very controlling and abusive to her. So this is why this fight happened. This is ultimately why she ended up being killed. Okay, so also, my spirit guides tell me that Dawnita's body was dumped in the river, okay? Specifically in the downtown area of the river. And I understand that the river flows a long way. Most places have bridges going over the river from one city to another or whatever. But my spirit guides are specifically telling me that she was dumped in the downtown area of the river. Um, I want to say, like, I'm not really sure with the community there, but I hear downtown, I hear river. So she was dumped somewhere in the main part of downtown where that river flows. She would be somewhere right there. Okay. I asked my spirit guides, did anyone else witness the murder of Dawnita? This is when I found out about the other individual who was involved. My spirit guides told me not only was the boyfriend pimp responsible for what happened to Dawnita, but the trick that had paid the boyfriend pimp, which was the trick that he was forcing her to sleep with, to have sex with, but she like adamantly did not want to be with him. I don't know if she had an encounter with him before and wasn't happy with it, but the fact of the matter is this boyfriend was aggressive, he was abusive, he was forcing her to partake in this. This guy had already paid him, he didn't want to give the money back. This is how there was an argument, there was a fight. She kept resisting and refusing to service this guy. And so then she was made to. Okay. My spirit guides tell me that this John slash trick, however you want to see it, assisted the pimp in murdering Dawnita Wilkerson. My spirit guides tell me that Dawnita was raped and she was forced to be with this trick she did not want to have sex with. Because she continuously refused. She continuously fought back. She was adamant about she did not want to be with this trick. And her boyfriend slash pimp forced her to, and you know, the trick had his way with her anyway. At this point in time, like I said, Dawnita was forced. After she was brutally raped, my spirit guides told me that Dawnita was shot immediately after she was raped. My spirit guides tell me that Dawnita was drugged before being assaulted as well. So I believe during this time that she was resistant. Okay. the boyfriend pimp, he gave her some type of drug, some type of a pill or something that would loosen her up or something. But she was still adamant that she did not want to be with this guy at all. She was, she was very adamant about it. And, it was even something about him that, it was even something about him that like scared her or something, but she just did not want to be with this guy at all. It pissed the pimp off, and he began to abuse her, and she was forced to go along with it anyway. And this good for nothing trick had his way with her anyway, and then Dawnita was murdered thereafter. Like I said, she was given a drug. My spirit guides also tell me that Dawnita was, she was raped and she was murdered at the house of this trick, okay? So wherever this trick lived at the time, that is where her life was taken. My spirit guides also lead me to believe that this was set up. Like Dawnita was set up, okay? And I believe this was already pre-planned when the boyfriend pimp came to pick her up and all of this or whatever. I don't know if him and this other guy had already been in communication, but this guy or he called him up or whatever, but like he had already been paid and everything. So, this guy wanted what the hell he wanted and wasn't going to take no for an answer. And the pimp sure as hell was not going to give the money back, okay? So my spirit guides also let me know that Dawnita, she didn't want to be with the trick. Remember me telling you that? My spirit guides tell me because he was very aggressive during sex and that he would hurt her sexually. You remember when I told you I believe she had an encounter with him before, and she didn't like it at all. But she dealt with it, she got through with it, and this is the reason why she was so adamant that she did not want to be with him, because he was very aggressive, and she was fearful of him hurting her sexually, okay? But like I said, the pimp boyfriend, he forced her to go along with it anyway. He even gave her a drug to try to forcibly make her to get in the mood with going ahead and doing it. She kept, refusing. This is how a fight and things began. And then she was, she was forced, okay? Because the pimp had already been paid and he wasn't going to give the trick back his money, okay? The trick had his way with her, and they killed her thereafter. My spirit guides tell me that the pimp the pimp alone is the one who disposed of Dawnita's body, okay? And remember I told you it was dumped in the river close to a downtown area, or in the downtown area. Also the pimp, my spirit guides tell me that this pimp slash boyfriend, he watched the whole thing. He watched while Dawnita was being raped, like while she was being brutally raped, y'all. And it is brutal. Like I literally got images of this thing. Like it was brutal, rape, okay? And the pimp, the boyfriend slash pimp, he just stood there and he watched, the entire time, and while the trick had his way with her and everything. Dawnita, my spirit guides also tell me that Dawnita was killed because they were mad at her. They were mad at the fact that she said no. They were mad at the fact that she resisted partaking, not wanting to be with him. They were mad as hell at her for this. The trick was, as well as the pimp was, or whatever. And so this is ultimately why they decided to just take her out. after, she was brutally raped, okay, for refusing to have sex with this trick. Um, my spirit guides tell me that this rape was so heinous, it was so brutal that Dawnita's anus, her butt, was ripped wide open while being raped. Um, my spirit guides are telling me that the trick is like enormously, his penis is like enormously big, um like nowhere near average size, okay? Like he was freaking huge. Not even just like big, like huge and long. He just had this abnormal freaking penis. I don't know what the hell he was taking, but I mean, like, dude had a dick on him like a horse. I kid you not. And I literally got images of this, y'all, but like, and it was brutal. This is the reason why she was adamant that she did not want to be with him sexually, because he would hurt her. And on the fact that he was aggressive, he liked rough sex, you know. Um, and when you have a penis that big, like, yeah, you can't just go ramming something the hell up in somebody. You understand? So I'm like, wow. But yeah, my spirit guides tell me that he was like enormously huge down there. Like it was very weird, like, but he had a very big and long penis. It wasn't like it was just thick, it was long, and it was just abnormal. Like, not everybody's walking around with anacondas like that, like, seriously. But like, and the mere fact that he had to forcibly take it from her, the mere fact that he this sick bastard, since he's aggressive and stuff anyway, he probably had sick rape fantasies anyway. So this was right up his boat, considering the fact, and it got him mad, and so he's brutally raping her. So this whole time he's mad at her, and he's just like literally trying to tear her a new one, which he did. He like busted her stuff wide open, and then they shot and killed her afterwards. So it's just very brutal. It's horrible. My spirit guides tell me that the pimp and the trick were both black. Okay, so these were both African American men who did this to her. And like I said, I'm repeating this over again because, to my knowledge, she has not been found yet. I've seen a couple of clips. Maybe she has been found. But from what I've seen, she hadn't been, as of 6 months ago, she hadn't been found yet. So my spirit guides are telling me to keep repeating the fact that she was dumped in the downtown area of Indiana River, okay? My spirit guides also tell me that Dawnita's pimp was the boyfriend, like I told you. So he was her boyfriend. Like I don't even know how, honey, but she actually had love for this creep. And because she loved him, I believe this fool, you know, she probably would have did anything this fool asked her to freaking do. But, it wasn't like he asked nicely or politely or anything anyway, because he was abusive. He was controlling. These pimps, they, a lot of them take on the role like a boyfriend or whatever, just playing that role. But, it's really about, them pimping you out. And, they come off like that at first, like, oh, they like you, oh, you're so attractive, oh, I want to be with you. And then, it's the conversation come up like, man, we can make a lot of money with you doing this, that, and the other. And immediately he's controlling, he's abusive, he's forceful, and all this other kind of stuff. And you just kind of stuck and have no way out type of thing. And them type of guys really piss me off, because I'm like, you po hustling, good for nothing, scum of the earth guy. You understand me? Like, you don't even bring nothing to the table. You have no occupation, which means your sole source of income is off the vagina of another woman. You understand me? And then you have the audacity to be aggressive and abusive on top of that. And she don't even have to say so and who she want to be with. Now, considering the fact that she was in like with you like that, considering the fact that she would allow you to pimp her out, you know, even though at some point she wasn't really allowing you, like to a certain degree, but you was forcing her to keep doing this or whatever. She didn't want to be with that guy. If she was ride or die for you like that to the point where she would turn tricks just to put money in your pocket or to have what y'all needed, y'all could have went down the street, found somebody else, and made that same money back by her being with somebody that she was comfortable with. And I'm just saying that. You know what I'm saying? Not to, people can feel like the way they want to or whatever, whether you think her situation, her lifestyle is right, wrong, or indifferent. I'm speaking on the entire situation, the entirety of everything that went on, and like the nerve of this guy. Like, good, like you may not want to live that lifestyle, like that lifestyle or anything like that, and trust me, I totally get it. But for someone who has made the conscientious decision to live that lifestyle, or someone who has been forcibly put in that lifestyle because of passion or love or admiration or whatever that they have for a person who is abusive and have tricked them into partaking in this type of thing, and then you're going to turn around and treat them in such a way, like, it was really stupid. It was really stupid. And she was taken advantage of. She was used. She was abused. This woman was brutally freaking raped. And then she was murdered, and then she was freaking thrown away. She was disposed of like she wasn't nothing, okay? And it really just drives me. It pisses me off. I really do. Nevertheless, my spirit guides tell me that Dawnita's pimp slash boyfriend, he has another girlfriend now that he is doing the same thing too. He immediately found him another girlfriend, and now he is pimping her out. And this is the type of cat, like, this old, Rico Suave, old cool cat, old school type of dude, you know what I'm saying? They come in to the woman like, telling you everything that you want to hear, maybe flashing some money and different things or whatever to get you, comfortable with him. And then he comes up with this brilliant idea to freaking pimp you out, the oldest trick in the freaking book. You understand me? And come to find out, this fool don't have no occupation. His occupation is trying to make money off of you. And once you foolish enough to fall for it the first time, all bets is off, because he's going to forcibly make you to continue to do it more and more even after the fact. And that's just how sorry and low down this guy is. But this is how he swindles them in. You understand me? Like, he takes these girls in like it's his girlfriend. And I asked my spirit guys, and I know he's like that because I asked my spirit guys, I'm like, does this guy have different pimps are different ways. You understand what I'm saying? Old school pimps that was like in the pimping game, it's a right way and it's a wrong way to do anything. The old school pimps, this thing was run like an actual business or profession. You understand what I'm saying? You kept your girls clean. You kept them looking good. You made sure they had everything they needed to have. You protected them. You watched over them. But these were pimps back in the day that had several girls. You understand me? That worked several different areas and different things like that. This fool, he takes one hoe at a time. Excuse my language. I'm not calling her that, but I'm using it as a figure of speech. He takes one woman at a time. And like I said, this old Rico Suave cool cat with some cash type of dude come in like, I'm Mr. Right. I want to be your man. I'm going to treat you right type of thing. And then, soon as he got you under his wing, he comes up with this brilliant proposition. Hey, you can turn some few tricks. I know some guys that'll pay real good, man. We can make this money or whatever. But he do it one at a time. But no sooner did he get rid of one, he find him another one just like that. Just like he's done. My God. I'm talking about good for nothing bastard. Like, seriously. Seriously. hold on, y'all. I'm going to show y'all this clip in just a minute. Okay, guys, so I have just a few more things to go along in this spirit reading, and then we're going to get into the rest of the messages here. My spirit guides tell me that Dawnita's boyfriend slash pimp is no longer in Indiana, okay? But this trick, the guy who is the one who brutally raped her, who helped the pimp to kill her thereafter, he is still in Indiana. I really kind of feel like he probably, my spirit guides is telling me that he, took her belongings and things like that and disposed of her phone or whatever. But these people have ways of like, they can track or trace anything. Trust, I know. You know this when you're a target. But like, if they had some type of way to like get her phone workers or something, they should, with this, seeing this vehicle, seeing this guy, somebody else knows him. You understand what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure when they wasn't around each other, she had a phone clearly because she talked to her mom and her daughters all the time. He had a phone. They probably called each other. It's some way that you can track him down, because I'm telling you, he will lead you to this other guy that was the John, that was the trick, that partook in this whole situation, which ended up, so recklessly, so horribly, and taking Dawnita's life, from her family and things. And it's really kind of sad. She can, when you grown, you grown or whatever, but it bothers me when things happen to people and people come together and be like, oh, we loved them so much, we cared about them so much, we was always there for him, we talked to him and all this, that, and the other. Well, where the hell were you when they had to live this way? They were homeless, and this is what they had to resort to survive. How come y'all all wasn't rallied up to help her live a better life then before something so tragic happened? And I'm not blaming them for what happened to her, because clearly other individuals that she was around, did this to her. It just seems to amaze me. A lot of people be like that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, soon as something happened to somebody, there's this whole network of individuals that come along and be like, oh yeah, I knew her. This was my such and such to me and my family or whatever. We loved her so much and she was so great and she was so this, that, and the other, whatever. But none of you was there when she didn't have a place to stay. None of you was there when she didn't have enough money. Then had to resort to this to survive. None of you was there while she was being used and abused by this poke hustling, low down, dirty, sorry, wannabe pimp. You understand me? Like, where the hell were y'all at then? But, nevertheless, like I said, I'm not blaming the family, and my condolences go to them, but it do kind of bother me, because a lot of time when women get in these, as homeless and living from motel to motel and end up in these jacked up situations with these guys, it's usually because they don't feel comfortable at home or amongst family, or they're the black sheep, or they're a scapegoat, or or it's a situation like they didn't want to be a burden on the family or be in the way or whatever, or other addictions and problems and different things may have been a factor. And her being full grown, she may have very well been just out on her own, doing her own thing. And clearly her children were staying somewhere else. Her daughters were staying somewhere else with somebody else or whatever. And so she was just out here. But, and at the age she was, her kids was probably grown anyway, or they probably was late teens to adults themselves. But obviously, the statement said that she talked to her mother and she talked to her daughters quite frequently. So it's just sad that this happened to this lady. It's sad for anybody to have to go through this or whatever, but yeah. My spirit guides do tell me also, last but not least, that Dawnita's pimp boyfriend that she had, like I said, he's no longer in Evansville, Indiana. My spirit guides tell me that he is now in Atlanta. He's in Atlanta with the new girlfriend that he has, that he's pimping out. So that is currently, if you found out who he is exactly and everything, which you should be able to by tracking this vehicle, by finding his phone number, by getting his name. Trust and believe. With all the technology they got means and ways to find whoever they want to find. He would be the key to linking to the other dude that brutalized her and raped her and did the things that, he did to her. Okay, guys. So that concludes the spirit reading for Miss Dawnita Wilkerson. Like I said, I send my condolences to all her family, friends, and loved ones who cared about her dearly. I am truly sorry for your loss. I'm going to get into these further messages, okay, to kind of drive this situation home and let you all know exactly what is going on. Okay, first of all here, I'm going to start off with the tarot read tonight, okay? First of all, sorry guys, something fell. Hold on just a minute. Okay, I'm going to start off with the tarot read here, you guys. So I have the Page of Wands, I have the Three of Wands, the Five of Swords, the Ten of Swords, and the Ace of Coins. Okay, so clearly, I mean, this reading clearly just told you, like I just told you in the spirit reading, what this tarot reading is saying. But what this is telling me is, with this Page of Wands here, this is fast communication, messages, news, information, getting a call, a text, some type of message of some kind coming in, because you see here on this card, this person is holding something like a letter, like message, like information. A lot of people would say the page is would be a younger person or somebody contacting you about some type of message, but this is really a messenger card. Okay, so I feel like that there was some type of fast communication, some communication that came in fast. Okay, with the wands, that's this fiery energy, fast-paced moving energy like that, or whatever. So there was this message, this news, this information that came in. With the Three of Wands here, I feel like whatever these messages, this news, this information was about, it caused some type of motivation, determination, some movement forward. Okay, because when she got this message, when she got this news or whatever, it caused her to move forward in some type of situation or something, which could clearly clarify when you seen her here leaving excuse me, the hotel room. But with the Five of Swords here, the Five of Swords, if you notice on the Five of Swords, he's pointing, the one guy here, he's like, he's whispering something to this one guy, and he's pointing his finger back the other way, and he's pointing back towards the Three of Wands and the Page of Wands. So she got this message, maybe, about some work, the work she was doing or whatever. This gave her the motivation to get up, to move forward, to get that money or whatever. And this person was plotting with this person here the whole time. Okay, the Five of Wands talks about conflicts, fights, arguments, disagreements, some type of some type of conflict about something. There was some type of conflict that was going to arise from this message that she received, this information that she got, which caused her to move forward in the situation. Okay, so because soon after she got the message, she moved, she left, she moved towards she left the hotel. This guy came to pick her up. I believe the message probably even came from him, where he told her, hey, I got a trick for you. He didn't pay, paid me $500 or something for you or whatever. I'm just giving a ballpark figure here, okay, guys? He didn't pay me, a few $100s or whatever, just, to chill with you for a minute or whatever. This cost her, this was motivation for her to get up, get it together. Okay, let's get this money type of thing. But there was some conflict around this communication. There was some conflict. Soon as she started moving towards this and left, we have the Ten of Swords here. The Five of Swords jumps to the Ten of Swords. Okay, guys, the Ten of Swords you know, it's usually this person who has been defeated. They have like 10 swords stuck in their back. They have been betrayed. They have been let down. The 10 of swords normally show this guy who is like dead, laying out with 10 swords in his back. When you get this, somebody has been seriously harmed, have been killed, have been hurt, or something in some type of way. And this clearly tells y'all, this clearly tells you right here, okay? The Five of Swords jumps to the Ten of Swords. The Five of Swords talks about conflicts, okay? The Ten of Swords talks about ending. It's a 10. It's an ending. It's a completion. It's murder, death, harm, destruction, illness, injuries. You know, understand what I'm saying? And this conflict here, this end here, was because of this here, okay? Somebody got a large sum of money for this here to go down. This is why I say this was set up. This was planned. That woman was set up, okay? I feel like it was already in the know what was actually going to go down. You understand? With the situation, I believe even to the point where this pimp may have known that she wouldn't have want to be with this other guy or whatever, but it was a setup from the jump. It was a setup from the very moment that she got this message that she had this trick that had paid him a whole lot of money for her. You understand what I'm saying? But, you know, because they was about that money, because they was getting bread, because they had habits, they had needs, whatever, you know, it gave her the motivation to move forward. But there was conflict around the situation that she did not see, okay? And it's what caused her very death. And it was all about money. It was all about finances, money, resources, a large sum of money that came in for this person, because the Ace of Coins talks about financial, like, you know, it talks about financial stability and security, but it talks about a wealth, large sums of money. It talks about new beginnings. It talks about a lot of different things, but with it being a coins card here, we are clearly talking about money. Every other card here in this spread lets you know that all of this went down for the purposes of money here, okay? And I feel like it was set up from the jump. She was blindsided. It wasn't going to end well for her anyway. Even if she had went there, and it was no problem and she agreed to sleep with the guy, I believe this was already set up to take her out. I really believe that she was sacrificed, to be quite honest with you, because it was already set up for this to go down like this. And it just made it all the more worse, because when she got to the destination, after this guy came and picked her up and took her to the trick or whatever, she was immediately uncomfortable. She immediately did not want to partake in being with him at all, or whatever, which at that point really infuriated, you know, the trick, as well as her little pep of a boyfriend, if that's what you want to call him, okay? Okay, so that read right there, it literally clarifies what I just told you from the spirit reading, and I didn't even draw those cards until after I did the spirit reading, okay? With the angel messages here from my spirit guides, we have rape, we have money, we have betrayal, they're dangerous, and we have sadness here, okay? The rape, you clearly know that I expressed this to you. You clearly know that I expressed this to you, of what happened to her, how she was brutalized, in the very graphic ways. I'm not going to go back through that again, but we already know that this was set up. This was purposely done. It was always the intentions to rape her, and you know, run off with the money and everything. And it's just it's a very sad situation, okay? But this rape here, and the extra message that I got on here is you can't trust nobody, okay? Because this boyfriend that she had, this pimp that she had, set her up for the downfall, okay? And the trick, he absolutely had, you know, no concern for her at all. He was going to get what he wanted regardless, because he paid for it. You understand? But it was a setup from the jump. It was a setup from the very jump. And we clearly see why this was done. Not only was she raped, the whole thing, everything that went down was for money. Okay? So the extra message on money is money, wind, fall. Okay? So I feel like this was a large sum of money. Like, not only did this trick pay this pimp for her, or whatever, with this being a setup, I feel like there could be other people involved connected to the situation that literally made her a sacrifice and you know, set this thing up the way it was set up. And it's just horrible. It's horrible that this is how she had to go out. Okay. Here I have betrayal. Okay, betrayal talks about disloyalty. It talks about liars, manipulators, individuals with bad juju, deceivers, people that's two-faced, gossiping, backstabbers. You understand me? Betrayal. She was betrayed by this pimp boyfriend. She was betrayed by individuals that she probably thought that she could trust, that was going to watch out for her, that had her back. But the extra message that I got on betrayal is somebody is watching you. I believe that somebody was watching her for a while, knew what she was about, knew what she was doing, knew what was going on, and set her up. Like, literally set her up to take her out. Okay. I also get the message they're dangerous, okay? So this clearly lets you know that the people that she was around in the last moments of her life, these are very dangerous people, from the boyfriend slash pimp to this trick, you know, possibly others who are connected to this situation. This says don't trust them, get out, run. For your life, don't look back, okay? And the extra message that I got on it is protect yourself. She was trying her hardest, her damnedest to protect herself. She absolutely, positively did not want to be with this guy. My spirit guides told me that she knew that this guy was very aggressive. He was very dangerous. You know, and of course, she was afraid of him hurting her because he had this enormous, you know, of a penis that was just abnormal and different things like that or whatever. And this is a seasoned woman. This is a woman who's been around a block or two. You understand what I'm saying? And even this guy scared her. And she didn't want to partake in it. She tried to protect herself, but these guys were too dangerous. She was not able to protect herself from this. And it's because mainly she went along with what the boyfriend pimp wanted her to do. But at the end of the day, no matter, you know, what she had to do, no matter what he was forcing her to do, she surely thought that he wasn't going to allow anything to happen, like he was going to be there to protect her, type of thing. This fool literally stood in the room and watched while this other guy brutalized her. You understand what I'm saying? So next I have sadness here. Everything that took place, from the rape, the betrayal, the fact of them being dangerous and everything, of course it brought sadness to her. She was heartbroken. She was hurt. She was feeling down. She was heartbroken. She was depressed after this situation. And then they took her out. They took her freaking life. And the sick part about this is the extra message that I got on sadness was lights, camera, action. I feel like somebody may have recorded this. Somebody may have recorded this, and there is video evidence of what took place that day. I don't know if this sick trick of a bastard, you know, he has rape fantasies, and you know, the recording was his idea. I don't know if the boyfriend pimp recorded it just for insurance purposes to and see, that was confirmation right there. It was the pimp. It was the boyfriend pimp that recorded it. Okay. So he could have recorded this for insurance purposes, just because of the simple fact that this other guy is involved, just to make sure he can keep this guy's mouth quiet and different things or whatever. But it could be a situation also where the other individuals at a distance involved that set her up to be sacrificed, you know, perhaps he recorded this for them and sent them this recording. This, what happened, was recorded in some type of way. Because when lights, camera, action here, there's some type of video evidence on whatever took place with what happened to this lady here, okay? I have slave driver, okay? This guy was a slave driver, the pimp slash boyfriend. He was a slave driver. He was forcing her to be with whoever he wanted her to be with, however long, however many that he wanted. He abused her. He beat her. He controlled her. He manipulated her. He kept her drugged up and everything. He used and abused her, okay? Then my spirit guides tell me, you can't trust this person. That bastard was not to be trusted, okay? But she obviously couldn't get away from him. She obviously could not get away from him, but the spirits guys are clarifying that he was nobody. So you couldn't trust this person if your life depended on it, okay? And her life depended upon it. And guess what? No good in the hood. This sorry coward bastard is no good in the hood because he set her up to be brutally raped and murdered. Total betrayal. And see, this card here, it shocked me when it came out, guys. Like, seriously. Because I got the card, your family has lied to you about everything. Question everything you've been told. I'm telling you, somebody else was involved. Somebody else knew of what was going on, the lifestyle that she lived, you know, that knows more about the situation than what they are seeing exactly. I would have to do a more in-depth reading and contact my spirit guides in order to get clear and direct answers as to who these family members or other officials involved in this situation and what and who would know what. But I'm telling you, there were other people involved in this. Oh, let me show y'all this real quick. The card that I had, as far as the tarot deck here, the card that I had at the bottom of the deck, y'all, is the Seven of Swords, okay? So she got this message. It gave her the motivation, the determination to move forward in the situation, okay? But there was some type of conflict around this situation, which caused her death here with the Ten of Swords. And all of this went down because she was set up, okay? But this was all for the purposes of money here with the Ace of Coins. And the card I have on the bottom of the deck is the Seven of Swords. This is the liar, cheater, thief card, okay? This pimp, this boyfriend, people, she was being lied to. She was being betrayed, okay? She was told, hey, this guy, you know, he sent her the message. We got this large sum of money and this, that, and the other, whatever, to lure her out to go along with this. But she, you know, she wasn't cool with this until she got there and realized, you know, who it was and what it was about. And she knew she was stuck. She knew she had been betrayed. And this sorry bastard, being the liar, the cheater, deceiver, manipulator, the thief that he is, he took all the money. And he stood there and allowed her to be brutalized, to be raped, to be abused while he recorded it, and then they killed her afterwards, and then he went and dumped her body in the river. Okay? But you see this guy here? You see him with this guy on the front of the card, like he's got his hand out. And you see how they're being, these individuals, they're being sneaky. You see how it's more than one individual? Okay, you got this guy here. And he's got his hand out, but he's got somebody here behind him. And you see these people here, back here, they're in the shadows, okay? She didn't know all these people were involved with setting her up to have her sacrifice, okay? They were all liars, cheaters, thieves, manipulators, and they set her up for money. I'm telling you, this was a whole setup. They set her up for the purposes of money, okay? Somebody in this situation is a narcissist. I have the narc card here. This is clearly probably either one of the individuals, okay? Whether the boyfriend pimp or this trick that was stone cold freaking crazy, but they're straight up narcissists and they're controlling, they're aggressive, and they are abusive, okay? Next, I have the dark energy card. I have manipulation, okay? These people are con artists, okay? They're sneaky. We're talking about manipulation, control, narcissism, a very bad energy of people to be around. Now, this is another thing that kind of surprised me when it came out, because I'm like, wow, somebody is into some really dark stuff pertaining to this. I just was not expecting this to come out. The next card I got is Voodoo. Excuse me, y'all. The next card I got was Voodoo. Somebody amongst them, Lord, this keeps falling out. Somebody amongst them did voodoo. Maybe this situation was caused with voodoo. Maybe due to some type of voodoo curse or spell or something, but there was negative energy all around this situation. Okay, this talks about magic, curses, spells, voodoo, hoodoo, hexes. Something was done to, around this situation, or one of these individuals involved in this situation is into voodoo. Okay, next I have bullies. They clearly bullied her. She clearly got bullied and pushed around and abused, and this coward bastard was just like overly aggressive with her for no apparent reason at all. But he was definitely a bully. He was definitely bossy, manipulative, controlling, gossipy. He could actually, with this, he could actually be a air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, with this energy here, because I have it that color. The next card that like really kind of shocked me, but I'm telling y'all, other people were involved. This woman was set up, and I believe we know that she was set up, at least by this boyfriend pimp, at least by this other individual, and possibly other individuals closer to her, like family and different things like that, knew what was going to happen or whatever. But this kind of threw me for a loop with the situation here. I have CIA, FBI, government. There was somebody in power who either knew of her, her in and out of the hotels, her in and out of, whatever the dealings, the lifestyle that she was about or had. I'm not sure if they were being watched or something like that. Or maybe this, excuse me, maybe this card just came up because of the simple fact that you had higher authorities that's been looking into this case and trying to retrieve information and things like that or whatever. But I was really surprised when this came out, because I didn't get those messages during the spirit reading that somebody in higher up in power or government was directly involved in this situation. So maybe this came out because these individuals, or individuals in government, individuals in FBI, obviously have been working the case and looking into the case and trying to find answers pertaining to the case, or find her in general or whatever. But it's very interesting, considering the fact that I clearly know that she was set up. Okay, hold on just a minute, guys. Okay, so the fairy message I have here is lost and found. If Dawnita Wilkerson has not been found, she will be found. Maybe somebody's going to see this video. Maybe authorities will take action towards the individuals involved and get the further information that they need on this person. But if she has not already been found, my spirit, the angels, the fairies are saying that she will be found. This says what was once lost is about to be found, thanks to the lost and found fairy. Sometimes she can help us find things we never even realized were lost. Okay, so like I said, she once was lost, but she's about to be found. Okay, she is about to be found. For those of you who are seeking closure, for those of you who do love her, care about her, and things like that. The archangel message we have tonight here is the 7 of Gabriel. Okay, this says stand up for what you believe in, have confidence, claim your personal power. Okay, this is Dawnita speaking all through this message. Okay, I feel like she stood up for what she believed in on that day. She, regardless to her lifestyle, regardless to whether you think she was right, wrong, or indifferent on how she lived, that is not for me to say. That is not what I'm here for. Something horrific happened to her, period, point blank, whether you like her lifestyle or not. Okay, Nobody deserves what happened to her, what was done to her, period. And on that day, she did not want to be with this person. She should not have been forced to be with a person that she knew was going to be aggressive with her, that she knew was going to be, that was going to brutalize her in a way she already knew. You know, sometimes when you get in a situation and you can feel things and different things, you can get a sixth sense about something or whatever. There was something about this man that, and she probably had never been like that before. And maybe it was that, you know, she got afraid when she seen the size of his penis or whatever. But nevertheless, it does not matter. She had every right to refuse his services, or, you know, to service him, give him his money back, and you know, not have to dealt with this. No, you drugged her, you beat her, you brutally raped her, you ripped her wide open from behind, and then you recorded the whole thing and you shot and killed her. You created a freaking snuff film while all of this was going on. That's what a snuff film is when a person is being brutalized and tortured and things like that, and then they're killed while on camera. That jackass recorded this, okay? But on that day, before it all went down, Dawnita stood up for herself, okay? She stood up for what she believed in. She had confidence. She, you know, she was claiming her personal power. She did not want to do this. And whether you think her lifestyle was right, wrong, or indifferent or whatever, she had the right to say no if she wanted to, okay? And she might have left there and went on to be with somebody else that she was more comfortable with. And that's her business. If that, you know, if that's the conscientious decision of a life that she decided to live, fine, so be it. But this should not have been done to her. Period. Nobody deserves this. And who are you to determine who lives and who dies? You don't have the right to take somebody else's life, especially after you have brutalized them in such a way. The Earthcraft message that I have here for this situation, what did I tell y'all? She was sacrificed. This was a sacrifice. This woman was set up. She was murdered in cold blood for money. She was betrayed. There was disloyal people around her. She could not trust anybody. She was a sacrifice. A blood sacrifice, okay? Was the reason why she was taken out of here. She was being set up from the moment she got the message. From the moment that coward bastard sent her the message and forced her to get up and get out and leave the hotel and took her to this person, the plans was set in motion, but there was conflict, and then there was an ending from everything that took place. All for the love of money. Next, I have Voyage, okay? My spirit guides are telling me with this card right here, I need to stop. It says that you already have all the answers, okay? And I'm going to show you all the interesting thing about this. My spirit, this came out because I pulled all these cards or whatever, so I was asking for any more clarification or messages for Dawnita. And this card comes out is Voyage. Like I said, it says you already have the answers that you need. So I get this card when, you know, I've already given you all the information. I get this card. It's a way for my angels to stop me for anything further because I've given you all the information. But I want you to check out this card, y'all. What did I tell? Where did I tell y'all that Dawnita was at? This card says you already have all the answers. You see this woman here? You see how she's looking at this map here? And all of this around here is water. And you see out here in this water is this mermaid's tail? That's where Dawnita is. I told you she is in the water. Downtown Indiana. You have all the answers you need. Okay, guys. That concludes my reading tonight for Dawnita Wilkerson. I am going to allow you all to hear this clip. Okay, and then we're going to wrap up this reading. This is a news conference that I found for her, and I told y'all the signs and symbolisms are everywhere, okay? Y'all got to open up your eyes, babies. You got to see what is going on. I told you Dawnita was 44 years old at the time. Just so happens this news channel that aired this is channel 44. You can see it at the bottom. 4444, okay? If you know anything about numerology, signs and symbolisms, that's clear numerology that, you know, that this woman was sacrificed. Okay? So, I'm going to let you all listen to this, okay? And then we're going to bring this reading to a conclusion. Thank you all for listening and watching.
Public's faced with everything going on with COVID and everything, we want to refresh the Dawnita Wilkerson case, get her picture back out, her description back out as much as we can to the public. And the second is to release and update a timeline and circumstances of Dawnita's disappearance, as well as those, is also release photographs of Dawnita on the day she went missing. The prior information we released stated that Dawnita was last seen leaving a family member's house on June 21st, 2020. We would like to update that information with the following. Dawnita was last seen on June 21st, 2020 at 8:16 p.m. Evansville time at a local East Side motel. Dawnita was last seen getting into a silver-colored 2016 Chevy Suburban, excuse me, with the sunroof and dark tinted windows. We believe Dawnita traveled in the Suburban west through southwestern Indiana and into southern Illinois. The Evansville Police Department and FBI are seeking assistance from the public in locating the 2016 Chevy Suburban with particular interest in the Evansville, Indiana area, along with the Carbondale, Illinois, and Marion, Illinois areas. The owner of the vehicle has been identified and unfortunately has refused to cooperate in the investigation.
I bet he did.
The photograph on the far right here, is the last known photograph of Dawnita before her disappearance.
Now, do that make sense to
She was last
y'all?
seen wearing a red
Hold on
faded
a
St. Louis
minute.
Cardinals t-shirt.
Do that make sense to y'all? If you are the last person that somebody is seen with, and this person, after they was seen with you, they have vanished, they have gone missing, nobody has seen them, nobody's heard from them, and the police identify who you are and come to ask you about this person who you obviously knew, who you obviously was cool with, and you refuse to participate in the investigation. Yeah, that's clear sign, number one, that this person is involved with what went on. That was her pimp boyfriend. Okay, he knows exactly what's going on. But that's crazy. That's crazy. I don't even understand how that flies with law enforcement. You were the last person that was seen with this lady before she went missing. And I also want to say something about the conflicting information. Now, the information that I read you all in the beginning, that information came straight off the FBI's website. Somebody has literally tried to botch this case on purpose. And I know this by watching this video, because when that man started talking, he said, initially we were told the last time Dawnita was seen was leaving a family member's house. Okay? And then they said, he just said that she was seen leaving with this man in this silver. Now, he did say that it was a silver Suburban, which I told you all that as well. But on the FBI's website, it says that this silver colored Suburban was a 2004. He just told you it's a 2016. You understand? So y'all got a whole bunch of conflicting information from the jump, which makes me feel like somebody is trying to cover up this situation, or you know, botch something about this situation. Okay, so I don't know. It's seriously appalling, y'all. Okay, so I'm gonna let you all finish watching this, but I wanted to point that out very briefly. I found it like ridiculous that you were the last person to be seen with this woman they clearly was able to identify him, but you refused to cooperate with them. Even if you did nothing more than, even if you made up something and did nothing more than said, oh yeah, I picked her up that day and I dropped her off down the street at the store. She just called me for a ride. You know, which would have clearly been a lie, but you told them something. But when the people show up, you just, I ain't cooperating with you. You were the last person that was seen with this person. What do you mean? Where did she go? Where did you drop her off at? Like, anything. People are crazy, bro.
Blue jean cutoff shorts, dark colored socks with polka dots, and white sandals. If you know the whereabouts of Dawnita Wilkerson or the 2016 Chevy Suburban, please call the FBI at 317-595-4000. Again, 317-595-4000.
And see, now they can't find him. They identified who he was at first, but now they can't find him. But I told y'all, he left. After they questioned him and he refused to cooperate, he left. He's in Atlanta right now.
7979. I would like to ask Dawnita's daughter to come up. She's going to give a couple words, and we're going to start out with 100 of the new flyers that the FBI made up for us, and she's going to make a statement.
We've been knowing about this information since July, so I'm confused on why it's being put out right now. I'm thankful that it is. A lot of people might notice who the guy is in the picture, but right now we're just looking for the vehicle. If you see the vehicle, please call the tip line or call the police department if you can.
Do you see how she's shaking her head while she's talking? Oh, y'all, I'm so sorry. Hold on just a minute. It clicked off. Give me just a second to get it back. Okay, y'all, so what I was about to say is, do you see how she was hesitant to walk up there and even speak? And the family is in on it. The family knows something. I didn't see that until now. I didn't even ask my spirit guys about it because it was so graphic and it was so horrific already with the information that I got. But this woman was set up. She was freaking sacrificed, and the family freaking knows it. I can read people very well. That was supposed to be her daughter who was just up there. This girl didn't even want to speak. I could tell she didn't want to speak. It wasn't like, you know, oh, I'm so distraught, I'm so hurt, you know, I'm so emotional right now, I can barely speak type of thing. The whole time she was speaking, she was shaking her head. You know, many people have probably seen, know who this guy is, and she's shaking her head the whole time. If you see something, call such and such, and she's shaking her head no the whole time. Like, she's saying this, but no, she really don't want you to do that. You understand what I'm saying? Why? Because they already know exactly what happened to her. This woman was set up and she was freaking sacrificed. She was an easy target because of her freaking lifestyle. And they know it. And they all in on it. I'm just now seeing that. And so then the girl turns around. Let me take it back a little bit. Then the girl turns around. Okay, y'all? She turns around and she said, I don't have nothing else to say. Y'all want to say something? You want to say? And she bucking her eyes like, dude, come up here and say something. She didn't even want to speak. And so then that's when this woman comes walking up. But hold on, watch. Look how she's shaking her head. And she started laughing. You see that old duper delight smile on her face?
I'm Dawnita's aunt. She is a person to some people without thinking what kind of person she is. But she is our family, our niece, our mom, our sister, our daughter, and the family does want to find her. We are aware of all the information that's been going through, but we also want people to understand it takes time sometimes to get some of this information taken care of. And we just ask for your prayers and your understanding that we do need your support in helping finding Dawnita. We also want to thank some of the people who have been out there working hard for us, and some of the agencies that's having to do flyers for us. We just want everybody to help us bring Dawnita home. Thank you.
At this time, we're just going to take a couple quick questions. Unless there's
Her daughter is so
representative from the
cold
FBI
and
here, so there's
emotionless.
not
I don't know if
myself,
she
anybody has
just
any
wasn't in
questions.
their life like that and she pretty much lived a careless, reckless lifestyle her whole life. But you can clearly tell that, you know, there's little to no love for her mother. Her daughter is so cold. She
I
didn't
would
even want to
describe it as a
speak.
method to our
And at the
madness.
end, after
Sometimes
she
the
got
way
through
it's
saying what she was saying,
described,
she had this old duper
we
delight
do
smile on her
certain
face,
ways,
like, you know,
and
this little
sometimes we
grin.
try to locate
And she
things
called her aunt
before
up there,
we let it out in
come
the
say
public.
something.
And sometimes when we know that that's not going to happen in the time frame we would like it to go, that's when we help for the public's assistance, and it's helped us several times. Unfortunately, in a case like this, we can't show everything with the family. We try to tell them that. I can't imagine what they're feeling, and I know they're frustrated, and I understand that. But sometimes we just can't discuss things in the way we do things, obviously because we don't want it to get out, and we want to try to do things on our terms.
They know she was a prostitute. They know that the other things that she was involved in. That's the reason why they're not telling them everything. But they know exactly what happens to her.
All right, that's going to conclude the press conference for now. Thanks for coming out.
Okay, guys. So, yeah, like totally. Look at her face. Look at this chick's face right here. She has this. Let me bring it back because this girl does not sit right with me. She got through saying what she was saying, y'all, and she literally had this look on her face. I'm gonna see if I can pause it. Where it's at. Hold on.
Who the guy is in the picture. But right now we're just looking for the vehicle. If you see the vehicle, please call the tip line or call the...
You see, you hear how she's steady sighing and she's shaking her head. Like, if you see the vehicle, please just call the tip line, call them. And she's shaking her head no the whole time. Like, she doesn't even care. She doesn't want to be up here talking about this. She is somebody that is very emotionalist. I believe maybe Dawnita lived a careless, kind of reckless lifestyle. Maybe all her life or whatever. The kids were probably, you know, raised by the grandmother or somebody else or something like that. But this girl is severely emotionless. Like, you know, she's detached from this situation. I can clearly read her body language. But let me get to how she looked at the, you know, watch this, y'all.
If you can,
Look, you see that smile? Did you just see that smile on her face, y'all? Hold on. Let me get it back. Look how she smiles right there. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get this to pause for y'all to keep going.
Dawnita's.
Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get y'all to see this. When she gets through talking, she just literally stopped talking.
Police department, if you can,
Look, she said, and she literally got this smile on her face like, bro, I don't even care about this. Like, she's just shaking her head. Look at the smile on her face. It's this little duper delight smile. They know exactly what happened to her. They know she was a sacrifice. This girl is so detached and emotionalist. They know exactly what happened to her. And she don't even care. She like literally sighs at the end. You know, and when she don't have anything else to say, she just shakes her head and she goes, and she does this little smile, and then she turns around real quick and like, anybody else got something to say? And then she bucks her eyes at them like, dude, come up here. You gonna say something? And that's when the aunt walks up. Look at this. And she turned around, she's like, you got something to say? She is totally detached from this situation. She don't care. And this is channel 44, and you see how they got the 44 on their shirts. Dawnita was 44 at the time. 4444, okay? This was sacrifice.
okay.
Nevertheless, y'all, that concludes the reading for Dawnita Wilkerson. I'm telling you, this guy in this vehicle, he was the pimp slash boyfriend, if you will, or whatever. He knows exactly what happened to Dawnita, okay? And he knows the other individuals involved. This whole thing was set up. This woman was set up, guys. So I thank and appreciate each and every last one of you for listening, for watching. Thank you for visiting the channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. For any of you who have any tips that you would like to give me on topics to talk about, or if you have an idea for a missing mystery or a murder mystery that you would like me to do a reading on, please contact me in the comment section, or you can do so by emailing me at tiffanyziegler60@gmail.com. If you would like to donate to the channel, it would be greatly appreciated. I thank you very much with every fiber of my being. If you feel compelled to donate or would just like to bless the channel, I like I said, I greatly appreciate that. You can do so at Cash App, $Tiff Diamond 36. Okay. Like I always tell you all, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, but most of all, take care of your babies, guys. Like I tell you all so often, this is a wicked, wicked world in which we live in, okay? There is a lot of low down, dirty doings and shady dealings that is happening every day. Evil and wickedness lurks around every corner. You need to watch your surroundings, watch the company you keep, okay? And make sure you watch your children. You understand? Even when you think that your babies are with somebody that you think you can trust or whatever, because I'm telling you, when it comes to betrayal and disloyalty, it's the very ones who smile in your face, who tell you that they love you. Those are the very ones who will stab you in your back. You understand me? They smile in your face, all while they want to take your place. Those backstabbers. Okay? Oh, guys, this was a lot. This was a lot. This was a lot. This was a lot. But as I always tell you all, I wish each and every one of you peace, love, and light. Until the next time, namaste.